I've got a new Beast Snaggas video for you, and this time it's the Squighog Boyz and the knob on Smasha Squig. The reason I'm lumping all these models together and not doing separate videos on the knob and the Squighog riders is because I think they'll all be in one kit when they come out, because the sprues are all intermingled, so you need the Squighog sprues for the knob and vice versa. So let's talk about the knob first. I love the fact that this guy's covered in bionics and it looks like his squig is chewed on him. This guy is missing his right arm and it doesn't seem to bother him. His pistol is very cool looking and I like his pose as well. It looks like he's riding someone down, about to finish them off. It's very cool. His Smasha Squig has a metal plate in his head and that has a very practical purpose. If he charges a unit, he can batter into them head first and cause absolute devastation. This does have a downside. The squig has battered its head so often that it doesn't really have any kind of brain to speak of, so it's very hard to control by all but the biggest, strongest knobs. This doesn't seem to have made it into the profile for the squig, so I can only imagine that the knob that's riding him has already tamed the beast and it doesn't cause a problem at all throughout the game, which is strange for orcs because normally a lot of the cool stuff that they employ causes problems for them as well, and it's all a bit random, but not in this case. The Squighog Boyz look absolutely amazing as well. One thing that I totally love with the orc models is all the little guys hanging off them. Absolutely everywhere if you want them, and the Squighog Boyz are no exception. Each one has a little saddle git riding at the back and they can also shoot or fight. For every 3 Squighogs you take, you can also take one cute little bomb squig, as seen in the recent Kill Team trailer. The bomb squig models are really just markers to see how many you've got left because the enemy can't target them at all in the battlefield, so they're purely there to keep count. For each Squighog Boyz unit you can also take 2 knobs on Smasha Squigs without them taking up a slot in your detachment, so this sounds like a great way to build a really Squighog heavy army. And these guys are heavy duty. They've got movement 10 inches, weapon skill 3+, strength 5, toughness 6, 5 wounds and 4 attacks for the knob, and 3 wounds 3 attacks for the Squig Boyz. The Smasha Squig can charge into a unit and then rolls 5d6. For every 4 or more, 1 wound is taken. You've then got a ton of attacks to follow up with. It looks great fun to play with. The knob on Smasha Squig has a stratagem called Unstoppable Momentum, which means if you finish a charge with no enemy models in engagement range, it can charge again. It plays absolutely how I imagine it should. There are a few more Beast Snaggas specific stratagems which you could also employ. You've got the Snagga Grapple, which stops the unit you're fighting from falling back, Monster Hunters, which adds 1 to the wound roll against enemy monsters, and Toughest Squig Hide, which causes wound rolls of 1 to 3 to auto-fail before modifiers are applied. Beast Snaggas Warbosses can also take on Titanic units, with Da Bigger Day It Is, I think I said that right, which adds 2 to the damage of the attack. Now let's talk about the models. I have very few problems with this kit. It was a joy to build. It took me about 2 hours for all of them, but I was being very casual in that time. I wasn't really going for it. The knob has lots of options. You can model him with the pistol in one hand and his big chain axe sitting in the saddle behind him, or vice versa. You can also choose between shoulder pads, you can choose heads, you can choose a different leg for his squig. You can also choose between the head plates for his squig as well. It's very customizable and you could get quite a unique looking model. He's got a pole on the back of his squig and you can choose what kind of topper it's got on it. So that's nice too. For sub-assemblies for ease of painting, it's very easy. Just leave the orc off and leave the git off as well. You can paint them separately and then assemble it all afterwards, and you'll be able to get into all nooks and crannies without any worries. The one thing I would say about this kit, if this is indeed a kit and this isn't a one-off, I imagine this will end up being the kit though. It needs more heads. Only the knob has a choice of heads. There's only 3 heads in the box. I'm not sure they're interchangeable between the 3 Squighog Boyz, so you could end up with some samey looking guys unless there's another box coming out which offers more options. As for the bomb squig, this wee guy looks absolutely amazing. I really want a bomb squig kit where you could build like 20 of them, all different. I think it would fly off the shelves and it would really add something to your orc army. As I was building these guys, each one of them was my new favourite model. I built the motorbike squig last, and I have to say, that is my favourite in this whole thing. Each of these models is so full of character and they're some of the best orc models that I've seen. The motorbike squig, where they swapped his back legs with a motorised wheel, is just genius. One thing to watch out for with the motorbike squig though is follow the instructions, because you have to put the wheel on before you put both halves of the bodies together, which you don't have to do with any of the other guys. So me being me, I discarded the instructions by then because I thought I knew better, and I had to bend bits apart to fit the wheel back in, so it's just something to watch out for. So that's it for the Squighog Boyz and the knob on Smasha Squig. Once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.